Hey guys, Tony here. So let's talk about what happened to crypto yesterday and why the sell-off happened. I actually did not think about this, but this was actually something that was mentioned to me from one of my one of my friends who's been trading for a long time, right? Essentially what he said was that the reason we had a big market sell-off from crypto yesterday was because we actually had a touch, or at least got relatively close, for the total market cap of crypto hitting 3 trillion, which would be, in essence, a really good psychological level for somebody to set their take profits in, right, to their target prices, instead of setting, Bitcoin, for example. They would set like an exact, um, what is it called? Like they would set their take profit and set up Bitcoin at like 69,420. They would set the take profit at, as soon as the whole crypto market cap hits $3 trillion, they would end up setting take profit for this portion. So when it comes to psychological levels, I can see how this happened, and I feel kind of bad for not thinking about this because he's definitely right. You know, when it comes to the total market cap of crypto is definitely extremely important, especially, whoops, I'm sorry, especially the really, the psychological levels of, let's say like a trillion, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, etc. So, going forward, I think it'd be a really good idea to just keep track of those, right? Because that's what we should be looking for. We already saw like the example today, right? We saw that example yesterday of the market cap hitting $3 trillion, and then boom, we have a major sell-off, right? So it's really funny how it works that way, and it's really weird how psychological levels actually tend to be extremely important when it comes to things like this. So, I can expect similar reactions in the market when you hit these psych levels. Apart from that, I don't think anything else is really too important um, for the total market cap, as far as just kind of keeping track of what the total supply is, right? So I'll put it as, we'll do blue. We'll do like a light blue so it can be easily noticeable. Right there, because we don't want it to be support and resistance. We want it to be the actual, um, you know, just the track. We're just tracking, market cap for the total for crypto overall, right? So I will do blue. This is a little bit better. But I think going forward, it's a really, really good idea to look at, the total market cap of crypto, and then, from there, figuring out, hey, this is exactly what happened. We hit $3 trillion, and then we sold off, right? So my initial, actually, when looking at the total market supply or the total market cap of crypto, you guys already know that I made a video a while back, and I'm like, hey, I made it back on October 4th, and I'm like, hey, we're basically just going to keep running. And that's exactly what we did, right? We ran up, and then we just kept running all over again. And I actually had a forecast of 3.2, right? And I still have that forecast. Um, but I think right now, I mean, it's really hard to tell what the actual, it's really hard to tell where there's support and resistance for here. We actually had a bullish channel. We ended up breaking that. So I think I can remove that. Where are we at on the weekly? Yeah, so we ended up having a channel here that we broke, like a descending, I don't know, it's called wedge, triangle, whatever. I don't really trade those patterns, but what we can do here is basically run it like this. And on the high side, it looks like it's pretty parallel to each other, right? So we can do something like that. So I think for the most part, we can definitely see, we can see the market cap kind of trade between this range right here, right? It's pretty parallel. So I think we can definitely just kind of like track this like trajectory and see where it's headed from here. So I think that at most, we might be able to drop a little bit lower on the market cap. I think there's a parallel channel that I can use. So here, times on. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so it does seem like it's running pretty parallel, and it's not really doing much apart from. No, I want to get rid of the white lines. There you go. So I think I can just extend that a little bit later on. But I think, for the most part, it really hasn't been doing, much apart from just gradually going up ever since what? Since like October, early October. And even on bear triggers, right? Even when it's had bear triggers, it slightly goes down. I mean, I can still see it run all the way down, possibly like to like a 2.7 trillion market cap. But it seems like, the market cap of crypto likes to kind of stay gradually increasing for a while. So I can definitely see it come all the way back down here, possibly, retest these lower levels of like 2.6 trillion where we actually wicked all the way down to. So whatever prices, you had Bitcoin or altcoins, like throw that wick all the way down, you can probably see a really slow trickle down here, or you see a pop, right? So usually in cases like this, when you see a big wick like this, you actually end up, and I've showed you guys plenty of times before, right? So you end up shooting down really hard, and you either come back and retest this level and then slowly come back like this, or you end up, wicking down and then run up all the way, right? So it really kind of depends on what, price wants to do. Usually though, what happens is you end up wicking down, you end up coming back like to right here, where that wick is, right before you sold off to this price, and then slowly trickling down. That's what we can expect, I think. That's what usually happens. I think like 90% of the time, right? You end up coming back up here, and then from these levels, possibly like up here maybe. So you might see market cap run up a little bit higher, but then you will probably go down here, right? That's usually what happens. So I can maybe the probability is high for this happening, right? Of course, it can always pop up, but usually what happens is you pump back up and then you slowly trickle down to the low side before, running again, right? So maybe I say the probability is higher of us going back up a little bit more and then slowly dumping back. But I have to be bullish on crypto. I mean, we closed a bullish month back on October, right? So I gotta be bullish. I gotta be more biased towards the bull side. It's just how it is, right? It's just how it is. I have to be more bullish now. I have to weigh a little bit more towards the bullish side. I mean, look at every single time that we've closed bullish, right? On the month, we closed bullish back on April, right? Boom, just straight up. Again, you close bullish back in February 1st, straight up, right? You close bullish back on October 1st, right here. Let's see if I can extend this a little bit more, right? Close bullish right here. And every single instance of the monthly, it's just been straight up, right? So it's really hard for me I have to weigh being bullish more than anything else, right? You can definitely see drops here and there, but whatever price you close that for the month of October, I think we're gonna stay above that, right? So we closed price at 2.6 trillion. So whatever every single altcoin closed on October 31st, I think that's the price that you're not going to go under. I don't think you're going to go under October 31st's price anymore for any altcoin, for Bitcoin, whatever. I really, really, really doubt that that's going to happen. Just looking from historical, runs on the monthly, it just seems very unlikely, right? But so this video is kind of long. I think I've talked a little bit too much here, but yeah. So far right now, still super bullish on everything. But what I really wanted to say is that you see how we hit that $3 trillion level and sold off. I think from now on, it's a really good idea to start tracking the market cap and every single psych level that it happens. So 3 trillion, sell off. Expect another sell off at 3.5 trillion, right? Expect another sell off at 4 trillion, just to keep that in mind. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.